Hey friends, this is Pastor Anthony.
Sister Sheila.
We sure do love you all. What an honor to have the opportunity to speak into your life. We've been really excited, babe, about the series we've been doing on marriage for a while. So we're going to do a 10-part series on this is something you and I do together when we're counseling for marriage. And we've seen this so effective. We're going to do one on the 10 commandments of marriage. And I am persuaded that those commandments are the highest level of our walk with God. And it's not as thou shalt not. He said, I'm just going to make you so happy you won't want to, you won't have to. You'll love me with all your heart. Mm-hmm. So if anybody could take those 10 commandments and bring them down to the next level on their work and be faithful to their boss or work, take them down, bring them to their spouse, to their children, and just, God has government, He has rules at work.
Amen.
So we're just going to jump into this. And I sure do love you. So this morning, I got up a little earlier than Babe, and she was resting. She left her Apple Watch in the living room or something. So I got her watch, and she's in there, and her phone's laying there, and I was mashing phone finder on her watch, and every little bit it'd beep, it'd beep, it'd beep. I had her going, trying to figure out what was wrong with her. So we love each other, but we're happy. What'd you think was going on?
I didn't know how you were doing it, but I knew it was you.
Okay.
Because that's your way.
So I do love you so much. Well, we're gonna share this with you. We hope we can touch it. We would like to have some response. Tell them, baby, we'd like to hear back.
Yes, we don't want to just speak words. We want to speak into your heart and make a difference, because the home is the original plan. It's the foundation of the church. It begins in our homes, and
That's good.
we just want to help someone.
And Satan's attacking the foundation, and it is the family.
It is
It's the cornerstone
family.
of everything.
Yes.
So we're just gonna share our heart with you, and this has affected our love, our relationship. But the very first commandment you'll find in Exodus 20:3, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Now we're not taking anything away from Jehovah our God. Sheila and I, there's nothing more important to us than the Lord. But when we bring this down to our level, and I hear the Lord speaking to me, I've got to be first in your life, Anthony. But then Sheila, you can't have everything and everything be more important to her. You got to have the Lord first, and then your spouse. And people got this all mixed up and out of shape. So talk about it a little bit. They shall have no other gods before me.
Yeah, I don't think a home can be happy if my heart is everywhere, and then what's left of me, I give to Anthony.
Well,
He needs to know that I care for him, and he matters to me above all natural things. Because he is, when everyone else is gone, our children, we were so blessed with 2 wonderful sons, and now we're blessed with 2 beautiful daughter-in-laws, and the babies that have come along. We're just
ours
blessed.
is coming in pairs of twos.
Yes, yeah, they do very quickly, and we're very, very thankful. But I know that my happiness, as far as what this world can give me and the blessings that God gives me, He gives us blessings. It was first my husband. He's the one that I'm one with, and I'm not one with my children. I'm not one with my best friend. I am one with my husband, and he needs to feel and to know that that's my commitment. And that's what I believe. I believe that I need to, live my life in a way that he knows that we're one.
Well, let's really deal with some specific areas. When I worked at Duracell, I raised up quickly. I went from just the hardest job into a machine operator and got into maintenance. I just moved up quickly. But when they needed me, I worked, and if they needed overtime, I worked. If they needed I was never late. I did whatever they asked me to do. But I feel like somebody's listening that really needs to hear this. If you're not careful, you'll put your job above your spouse. And the day I went into the ministry, and I thought my job was so important at Duracell, the day I went into the ministry, I was replaced immediately when I quit my job in the early 80s, and they never missed a heartbeat. Their stock never failed. The company didn't shut down, and I was gone. And some of you You've left out your children. You've left out time with your wife just because that job's been good to you and those bosses have been good to you, and you have made that a priority. But I'm telling you, the day you die, the day you check out, the day you leave, you'll be replaced in a moment, and that thing's going to go on, and your babies and your wife's going to suffer forever. So don't let your job be more important than your spouse, your husband, or your wife. Ma'am, please share me. Don't let that job, that position be more important for him. Sir, please share us. Talk about that, babe. What do you think about this?
Well, I mean, I understand that, you have to make a living. You have to make a living to be able to support your family. But I believe if our total focus is on taking all the overtime we can and saying, well, I want to give. But most of the time, if you have a spouse that loves you and your children love you, they want you. Because toys wear out and gifts wear out, the pretty dresses, they fade. But if you make memories with one another, and it doesn't have to be an expensive memories, those are the things that are lasting. Brother Anthony does a lot of funerals, and I've never heard the husband or the wife say, well, I wish that they would have had more time to buy me this, to buy me that, and that would have made me happy. But they just said, I wish I had more time that I could have given them more of myself. So that's what's important. It's not the things that so much, I mean, and I know every woman, man, we're grateful for the things that we do for one another. However, what is important is the time that you spend, the time that you spend together.
So the second area we're going to talk about this. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they shall be one flesh. So Sheila and I both just majorly love our mother and our father, our parents. We know what it is to travel, evangelize, not get to see your parents every week, every month. We know what it is to deal with sick parents. But God never ordained that you put anybody above your spouse. And if some of you are not careful, I feel like this is just an on-time word more than just a session. If some of you are not careful, you'll wound that spouse in such a way that it just take the hand of God and the mercy of God to heal them or to mend them or restore them. So you got to be careful. That's why it's so good when you got a husband and wife that work together. When my mom was sick, Sheila was just so kind. And when you work together, then it's just so much easier. So pray. You may not can even talk about this with your spouse right now. You might have to just step away and pray and get some answers. Pray, God, make us one. If we're really one, then it should be as much my obligation to take care of her parents as it is hers. If we're really one, it should be just as much her obligation to help me with my parents as if they was hers, because we have become one. But don't let the enemy take good things you're doing and wound your spouse.
Amen.
And the next thing is your friends.
Yes.
You should never have friends
that are above your spouse. I've heard.
Thank you for
people,
finishing that. You said you should never have friends.
Well, I knew
Let me
what you were
rephrase
saying.
that. You should never have friends more important than your spouse. Then you take off. Thank you.
Well, and that's another thing we see, and we see it too often, that whether it's the man or the woman, they will work really hard on the weekend, and they say, well, I need my time. They will hang out with the girls, or the guy will hang out with the guys, and when they have such a great opportunity to make a few memories together. So that's another sign that you're not one with them. And if you're not careful, then these things, these issues, because you are not enjoying your time together, will just keep pushing you further and further apart, and then you don't enjoy being together. So if you see this happening in your home, as Brother Anthony says, start really praying about it, and you start if you're the one that's feeling that and you're seeing the need for it, then you start really praying about it, that the Lord will touch him or the Lord will touch her, and they'll see the need or even the desire to be together. Because I love my children, I love our church, I love our families, but and sometime in a busy life, well, all the time in a busy life, we make the time to make those special moments. You have to make the time to say, well, I'm too busy. But you find yourself doing things that you say, well, I need to relax myself. Brother Anthony, he's a minister and he spreads himself so thin. There are times that he needs to not just be me with him, he needs to be by himself. But that does not take away from those moments of time, and they don't have to be real lengthy. They can just be beautiful, sweet moments that God's ordained us to be one, to be a strength. Because how can we be a helpmate to one another if we're strangers in our own home, if we're never together enjoying one another?
I feel the Holy Ghost just prompted my spirit right now that there's somebody you don't even normally watch something like this, or you wouldn't slow down. And this is a emergency for you. When your car, before that engine locks down, you hear that little peck, and if you can get another quart of oil in it or service it, and before a big earthquake comes, they pick up those little tremors. So if it's easier for you or your spouse to work than just to be with the one you love, the one you're married to, if it's easier to be with family than to be with the one you're married to, if it's easier to go shopping, go hunting, go fishing, just go riding around than be with the one that you're married to, that you've committed your life to, there's a warning sign going on in your spirit. Satan's fixing to set this marriage up to destroy it. So please contact us. You don't even have to put it publicly where everybody can see. Our office number is 423-746-0099. Just call, leave your first name, say, get Brother Wynn, Sister Sheila, get them praying. My home's under attack. My children's under attack. My family's under attack. My marriage, my ministry's under attack. I know a God who listens and answers prayer.
Amen.
We want to help you. We want to see your marriage be an example to this generation. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. It's not the will of God for anybody in life to be more important to you, that you enjoy being around more than your spouse. He made them one. God bless you. We love you.
We love you. God bless.
Please share this. Please tell some others about this session. We'll have another one planned next week. Meet with us again. Bring some friends. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.